Hi guys, Melissa here with My Academy, here today to show you a couple different ways that you can use Google Meet to engage students. Obviously right now in our current environment, we have some stay-at-home orders, we have COVID-19 kind of restricting our ability to meet with students. And we know obviously that building relationships with students is of the utmost importance. So one really great tool that is built right into your Google account is called Google Meet. And this is a video conferencing app that you can utilize to meet with students, to help students in different ways, and to continue to build the relationships that we know are so important to continue student success and student progress. So today I'm going to show you how to create a Google Meet and send it to a student. I'm also going to show you how to access the Google Meet and how to actually get into it. And then once we get in, I will show you a couple of different tools that are available and give you some hints and strategies for how you can engage your students using this particular video conferencing app. So first things first, to create a Google Meet, there are a couple different ways to do it, but I find that one of the easiest ways is right from your Google Calendar. So you'll open your Google Calendar and then you will, wherever you want to place the meeting. So let's say the meeting is, going to happen right now, which is when it's happening. So we'll schedule it for, we'll click on the calendar right where we're at. And then I usually give it a title. So I typically call it the student's name so that I know who I'm meeting with at what time. And then you also can add the students. So I'm going to add just my personal email because I don't want to actually send it to a student. And then you want to make sure that this join with Google Meet button is selected. So if it isn't selected, you can even click the X. You just make sure that you click it and you'll see it will add this link, and that is how both you and the student will access this meeting. So again, here I have added the student's name up here. Then I have included the student's email, which will send a direct invitation right to the student's email. And I have made sure that this join with Google Meet button is selected. So then you can click save. Now what it's going to do is it says, would you like to send invitation emails to Google Calendar guests? So if you want to send that, then the student will be able to access the Google meeting directly from that email. So I'm going to say send. And then this is just verifying that you want to send it to somebody outside of your organization. So you can say yes. Okay, so now you can see this meeting has populated on my calendar here. So when it is time to join, one thing that I do, even though I have already sent the invitation to the student, I usually about 5 or 10 minutes before the meeting, I send another email to the student. So this button is great here because it copies all the meeting information, just the link here. So you click that button, and then I come over to my email, I compose an email. I'm going to send it to the student, which this time is myself, and I'm going to call it Google Meet link. And then I just paste the link in there, and you can send it right to the student. So, and then I can text the student and say, hey, just sent you the link, click the blue link in your email and pop in, and I'll be there. Okay, so for you to get into the meeting now, again, you come back to your Google Calendar, you click on the meeting link, and again, this was the one you just copied and sent to the student, and then you're going to click this blue Join with Google Meet. So once you click that, hi guys, so you will see that your camera pops up, a microphone pops up so you can see that it's connected, and then you can click Join Now. So now we are in the Google meeting, okay, and then the student will also be able to pop in. Sometimes you have to admit the student, so a little, when the student clicks the link, it will send you, when you're in the meeting, a notification like, hey, somebody's trying to get in, do you want to allow them to come in? And you can say, yes, I want to allow them to come in. And you click that allow button. So here's what the Google Meet looks like. Again, you have the video app, which you can turn on and off. You also have your microphone, which you can turn on and off. And this red button will leave the call. So it will end the call, or it will close it out for you. Okay. So so these, obviously audio and video, great ways to make connections and engage students. We know, as I said, with our current environment, we can't meet in person with students. So this is kind of the next best thing, right? You can see the student. You can encourage the student to turn on their camera, you know, encourage them to get a little funky. Sometimes I wear hats, or, you know, put on like a funky little headband or something, and just make it fun, right? Engage the student, get them to turn on their camera. I know sometimes students are a little bit weary to do that, but we can really encourage and start to develop that relationship with students through this app. A couple other things that I want to show you here, which are really awesome. One of the first things I do with students is show them how to share their screen. The way to do that is you click this Present Now, and you have a couple options. You can present your entire screen. You can present just one window, or you can present a Chrome tab. So you have a couple options. I usually just do entire screen. And then you have to have the student click the buttons. So then I usually say to the student, okay, click where my face is, and then click that blue share button. So once you do that, now your student can see anything that you're looking at, right? So if you wanted to pull up their Edmentum, you can say, okay, you know, here's how you're doing in your classes. You know, I've noticed that you haven't started your English class, so this is going to be a great place to start. So again, sharing your screen is a great way to show students something, but vice versa, it's also a great way to have students show you something, right? So you can have the student share their screen, pop into a tutorial or a mastery test or anything that they're working on in their classes, and you can work together through it right with that student. So, you know, here's a discussion post. You can have the student share their screen, and they can actually just answer the question right there with you, you know, with your direct instruction on how to do that. So this really is a great tool to engage students. And this is, again, as I said, one of the first things I show students how to do, so that, you know, they know when we meet, you need to be ready to go and need to be ready to share your screen, so we can work together. So that's another app that, or another feature that you can use through Google Meet. Another cool one is this closed captioning. So if you click that button, it will turn on closed captioning. So you can see it's reading what I'm saying. So kind of cool. But if you don't want that on, you can click it and it will turn it off. Another feature in here is chat, right? So if you have some students maybe who are not super comfortable face-to-face, and maybe you want to just engage them through chatting with them, this is a great way to do it. You can also share links. You can also, you know, share anything that you want to share through that chat right there. There are a couple different features, and one thing that I wanted to mention is that Google is constantly updating the features that are available. So definitely when you're in Google Meet and using it, make sure that you're kind of looking around and looking for some new features. This button will show you a couple of them, so you can always find the new updates as well. And as those updates come out, I will also make some new videos and share them with you. So I hope this was helpful to give you some ideas on how you can use Google Meet to engage your students. And as always, if you want to work together on this, or you want to do a walkthrough, just reach out to me and I am happy to set that up. Thank you so much and have a great day, guys.